Hello YouTube. I decided let me do another video. um I guess you could call it like not really part 2 of I Love New York Reunited, but I wanted to talk more in depth on agendas and the media, because I was thinking heavy about it and I was like, yo, I don't know New York, but I took it personally. And that reunion show was whack. Like I said previously, I want my $2 back. Like, nobody was there. Buddha wasn't there. Punk wasn't there. Chance wasn't there. She kind of put the pressure on Chance, but none of them were there. The only one that was there was Entertainer, Tango, Mr. Boston. Nobody cares about Mr. Boston. Let's keep it real. Entertainer, yes, he was like the main person on the show with his parents. That was like a cameo. But Entertainer didn't have nothing to really say. He was kind of quiet, and when he did talk, his father passed away, and unfortunately he lives at home again, and he's unemployed. He digs through the trash and he resells things. So he's really unemployed. So, you know, that's not good news. You know, that's really sad. You know, so he kind of brought down the energy, you know, when he said that, you know. And then Tango, he was man. I was so proud of him. He was man enough to apologize for how he treated her on a reunion. And this bitch goes, oh, I didn't say that. I don't remember. And so I wanted to pose the question as to, in the media, because like with New York, the reunion wasn't scripted. You could tell it was just natural. But do you guys think that there's an agenda? Because the more and more I get older, it's like there's definitely an agenda. Like there's an agenda for our black boys with all of this makeup, and they want to get their nails done, and everybody wanted, like me growing up in high school, you had 1 or 2 gay boys and then everybody moved on, right? But now it's like everybody's gay. All these men are wearing bracelets, they're wearing earrings, they're doing something feminine, right? And some people might say, oh, well, that's not feminine, da da da. True, but it's become so common. Drake is wearing nail polish. Like, it's become so common now. And Kaya said it. She's like, everybody want to be a girl. Who gonna be a man? Like, for real, it's getting scary out here. And so there was always interracial dating. But I feel like in I Love New York, when she picked Taylor Made, it kind of opened the worms more for that. And so when I look on my Facebook, it's like every other relationship is white man, black woman. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I support love. If you love a damn tree, I support you. As long as it's not an animal, because the animal doesn't know what they're doing. As long as it's not an animal or a child, marry and be with who you want to be with. The new thing is these AIs. I think it's unnatural because it's an AI. Like, come on. But it is what it is. People have different needs. I don't know if it's a sin. You know, some people, I don't know how people feel about that. But, yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just one of those things that's kind of like, I don't know, but if you like it, I love it, right? If you want to be with a woman, if you want to be with a man, I'm all for it. Just don't drag people into. So my son never had money before, and he's a kid, so he literally has orders coming in every day. I don't know what he's going to do tomorrow because I go back to work tomorrow. So, you know, I hear a knock at the door and I'm like, UPS. This child done ordered something else. Every day something coming in. But yeah, so I I feel like the media is an agenda. I see what people talking about now. And Buddha made a point, and at the time that he said it, I thought he was just hating. He said to her in the original reunion, season 2, he was like, you're not ready for a strong black man. You want somebody that you could control and put on a leash. And he was saying to Taylor Made, where's the collar? Where's the collar, bro? Where's the collar? You know, and he made a valid point, because it's like, the fact that you can't apologize to Tango for what you said about his mother, it just shows what type of woman you are not. You're not a grown woman. You're a little girl. And now it's like my whole perception of her has changed, because I thought she was just acting. I just thought that was an image. That's just like with Little Kim. For years, all of us thought she was a hoe. She's not a hoe. Because if you look at it, you never hear her in no scandals. Other people been in scandals, like Ashanti, Maya. It's a whole bunch of them that be in scandals, but not Little Kim. You never hear nothing about her in no scandal. The only scandal she was in was Biggie, but you can't really count that, because she was dating Biggie and was with Biggie long before he even met Faith. So even though, yes, he got married, I think most women in her shoes would be in a state of a denial, because it's like, okay, he married her, but he's spending all his time with Kim. Even when they wasn't on tour, he was with Kim. When he wasn't with Kim, he was with Charlie. Like, he had a girlfriend. They was broken up, and Faith confirmed it. She was like, yes, they were broken up, and he was with Charlie. You know, so yeah, you know, it was just an image. You know, Kim, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, because the way she dressed or whatever. That was all an image, folks. So that's what I thought. The same thing with New York. I'm thinking, oh, that's just an image. She's acting like that on the show. But the fact that you would come on your reunion show, they drilling, oh my God, 13 years later, and you don't want to apologize to somebody for what you said about their mother. It's like, she is the butthole of black women. This is why people don't want to deal with us. This is exactly why people rather not. And me personally, I felt so embarrassed for her. Like, even back then, watching it as a young adult, I was 18, 19 when her show came out. And it was embarrassing. Like, it was entertaining, but it was embarrassing because most of them didn't even want her. They was just on the show. The only one who really like put an effort was Taylor Made. So it puts out in the atmosphere that the only way you can get a good man is if he's a white man, right? That pushes that narrative, right? Because he was a perfect gentleman. But I didn't like Taylor Made because you can't fight. And for me, I grew up with a masculine man. He could fight. Thank God my father could fight. You know, he could hold his own weight, and he's a protector, as a man should be. So it's like a Taylor Made, we get something in the street, what you gonna do? Like, as a man, you should know how to fight. That's just my thing. Like, Buddha was being a bully, and he was wrong, but it's like, I would have kicked Taylor Made out for losing. And it's happened to a lot of women where that man lose that fight in school, whatever. It's like, I can't date you. You don't know how to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that would. And then on top of that, you kind of provoked it because Buddha wasn't having it. He was like, yo, this is what you did, and I'm holding you accountable. And, you know, it was kind of weird, but I could understand where Buddha was coming from. That's why I'm like, for me, I couldn't do that show. If I was Vivica, I would be like, yo, you're not going to apologize to Tango? Like, he was nice enough to apologize. Why are you not apologizing? Like, you know, that's crazy. That really is crazy. Like, that's somebody's mom, and obviously they have a close relationship. So you talking smack about her, yeah, he's gonna take offense to it. I thought it was a bit much for him to like break up with her. I think all he had to do was like pull her to the side, like, yo, watch your mouth about my mother, and then they could have moved forward. But he didn't want to move forward with somebody that's gonna say that about his mother. I mean, that's his opinion, you know. I mean, lots of people say things about their in-laws. You know, that's just, it's not right, but it is what it is. But he felt warranted, like, nah, I'm not going to proceed in a relationship or a marriage with a woman who don't have respect for my mom. You know, that's going to talk stuff about my mom. So it's like, you can't blame him if that's his standard, you know. But that reunion show, the first one was embarrassing. Like, the first season, they don't even have it up on YouTube. And on Tubi, they don't have it at all. I guess because it's so embarrassing. Like, her outfit, just everything about that first season was so embarrassing, the reunion. And then season 2, that was embarrassing too. She was lifting up her skirt in front of Entertainer's parents and calling him a loser. And she's like, I don't live with my mama though. It's like, you was just living with your mom when you was living with Flavor of Love. You was living with your mom because your mom came to the show and was like, Tiffany, you're coming home with me right now. So well into your 20s, you was living at home. So that's the part I couldn't understand. But because the Entertainer was living at home, it was a problem. Like, yes, he was older, but come on now, you know. I mean, he living at home now. That's a bit much. Like, that's a stretch. But yes, I said all that to say this. And then the scene with Pretty, like, you could tell that was real. Like, he wasn't having it. You disrespect my sister, you disrespecting me. You know, Punk was like, oh, he's trying to hide something. No, New York was out of line once again. You know, so it's like we and then she didn't want to apologize to Tango. It's like, what type of person are you? But the question, I said all that to say this. The question I want to pose is, the different things that happen on black media, is it done on purpose? Is it set to divide us on purpose? Because right now on social media, there's so much division between black women and black men. And I feel like it stemmed from reality TV. I really do believe that. Like, Buddha versus New York, they had their issues. Flavor of Love versus New York, they had their issues. And I feel like we didn't have all these issues before. I feel like the 2000s with Flavor of Love in New York kind of like is responsible for a lot of the problems in the black community today. I'll go as far as to say that. And along with Love and Hip Hop, with all, you know, you talking about infidelities and stuff, it doesn't make black men look good at all. It really doesn't. Now, they say how it makes black women look away, but a lot of the black women on Love and Hip Hop, they entrepreneurs, they doing the damn thing. They got their own businesses. They doing all right. I feel like it makes black men look bad because Kirk, Peter, Stevie J, all of them are serial cheaters. And they having babies out of wedlock and stuff. Like, it really does make black men look bad, I feel like, in Love and Hip Hop. But do y'all feel like it's an agenda? Do y'all feel like, and yes, we have Lifetime. For those of y'all that might want to say, oh, but you know, they got white men that they look bad. But Lifetime, very few people watch Lifetime. Like, let's keep it real. Like, people watch Lifetime, but it's a very small portion compared to BET, or like the people who have seen Love and Hip Hop and I Love New York versus people who watch Lifetime is day and night. You know, people who watch, a lot of us do watch Lifetime, but it's not on the same scale as Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop is a whole franchise. Love and Hip Hop is like a whole household name, pretty much. Everybody know Love and Hip Hop. Everybody hasn't seen the Lifetime movie. Mostly, some people have. But, yeah. Is there an agenda being pushed for black women versus black men? And I want y'all comment, like, and subscribe. I want y'all opinions in the comments. Is there an agenda between feminine black men and black women like New York? Because let's admit it, she's a very negative character. Very negative character. I mean, especially the fact that she wouldn't apologize to Tango. That is not right at all. 13 years later. That was 2007. They had the reunion 2020 and she was not apologizing. It's like, that's not good. You know. But let me know what y'all think.